your hand.
Use the microphone!
It wasn't on yet. I love you too, AV, and I respect you to death, but I can throw this that far. Just reminding you. Well, I'll be honest with you. Was not aware there was a power switch on this one. My bad, AV. Thank you, AV. Guys, because this is your first Furcon, you're going to hear this, especially from me a few times. In the back of the room are the first people to show up to a con and the last people to leave. That's our AV department. Some of them have been here with me since Tuesday getting this stuff ready. AV, thank you for everything. You guys are amazing. So we have a majority of you are actually at your very first Furcon. So if it was your first Furcon, put up your hands again. I just want to see this. Now only keep them up if this is your first convention. You've never been to anime, you've never been to a different con. So we do have a few fully first-timers out here. Thank you guys so much for joining us out here. Thank you for putting your trust in us. You have made a mistake. So, oh, I love this. I can actually run away from their spotlight because I know how it works now. Shit, they figured it out. There's a few things we like to go over at the beginning of every convention because here's what's about to happen. You are in a new environment. You are at the world's biggest party that has ever been tailored specifically to you. And why is that? It's because of the people. The fur community is all about the people, and the people in this community are friendly, they're outgoing, and they are here to make friends and have a good time. And that's an awesome thing, but that does mean that if you have too good of a time, you don't make it to Saturday, and then I have to deal with you when they take you away in an ambulance. Stop it! Be good! And here's a few ways to be good. Boozy, there's an old rule. 3 numbers. What are those numbers?
911.
There's a different set of numbers that if you use, you don't have to use that set of numbers.
621. What does that mean?
What, anyone out there, what does the 6 mean? If you know it, scream it out.
6 hours of sleep!
6 hours of sleep a night. Boozy, why do we need 6 hours of sleep a night?
You will die. The human body is not made to run on Red Bull, Mountain Dew, and amphetamine.
6, please, guys. We all had our first Furcon. My first Furcon I went to, and we called it Owning the Night. I showed up. I had a good time. The sun came up. I had a good time. The sun came up. I didn't go to work for a week.
Things that are not 6 hours of sleep. Monster energy drinks.
Things that are not 6 hours of sleep. Mountain Dew directly poured into your eyeballs. Things that are not 6 hours of sleep. 5-hour energy. That's only 5 hours. Don't do that. Genuinely, don't forget that sleep is when your body is going to be fighting a lot of the things you're about to encounter this weekend. Right now, we have people at this convention from multiple countries all around the world. 2 of my friends from England are here this weekend. We have people from not only out of state, but coming all the way from next year. I believe we have someone from Brazil who is very excited to come. What does that turn into? You are encountering pathogens and viruses that your body has never experienced before just in the air here. You're not used to these. Your body needs sleep so that it has time to recover from what you are putting it through for the day. 6 hours of sleep keeps you healthy. And on top of that, what else helps keeping you healthy? Or did, oh no, what?
Well, I was just going to say, they have to fight the illnesses.
I'm going to kick you.
I don't know why it's such a big deal, though. It's not like any virus has ever done anything wrong that's come from overseas.
Yeah, no, nothing at all, smart ass.
You have to eat.
The 2, there we go. A bunch of people just flashed me the number 2. 2 meals a day. Boozy, what is a meal?
I can tell you it's not Monster Energy drink. A meal is going to be something that provides a number of calories that keep you active. Breakfast, lunch, a sandwich, things that are not a meal. A bag of chips. Do not eat a bag of chips and say you have ate your meal for the day.
Now to clarify, calories alone does not make a meal. Please don't look at the nutritional facts of a bag of a loaf of bread and go, one of these will do. Not only will that not do, you will suffer consequences later.
This isn't Project Zomboid. You can't take a 40-pound bag of brown sugar and call it a day. Sit down for a meal. Damn it, Boozy! We've lost weight. Shut up. Please, and this is the exact same thing I was talking about before. This is the energy your body needs to fight those exact same pathogens. If you don't eat, you will find yourself getting weaker. Now, don't forget, again, you're, some of you, first time. You are about to be overwhelmed. You are about to have an incredibly good time. And what does that do? That's going to make your body just want to go, go, go. I didn't not eat because I didn't want to. I did not eat because I forgot. I did not sleep because I didn't want to. I forgot. I just had a good time, and it's going to happen. Please bear that in mind. Please sit down, go with your friends, have a meal, stay healthy.
Some of you are here on a budget. That's not an excuse. There are plenty of grocery stores around here. Go buy a loaf of bread and some lunch meat.
Or a 40-pound bag of brown sugar. No, genuinely, guys, yeah, doing it on the cheap, that's how most of us do it, but anything you need, please. Take care of yourselves. We want you to get through this weekend and still be able to go to work on Monday to make enough money to come back here next year.
Additionally, are any of you going to the dances at all this weekend? You need food for that. You need water for that. Whatever additional partying you do, be responsible, but you need calories and water. If we find you on the floor of a dance and it's not temporary because you're doing a move, that will turn into an incident and you will be the star. You don't want that.
Which finally leads us to the one. What is the 1 in 621? Fursuit, what do you got?
Loneliest number.
Not one cookie a day, Fox. One shower a day. Now, why do we say that? We say that because we are crummy animals. The human olfactory gland is one of the worst in the animal kingdom, but what do humans have? This thing. This stupid, stupid monkey brain that all of us has is so overly complicated, it knows that we suck at smelling. Have you ever walked into a bakery? You walk in and you can smell all the fresh baked bread, the cookies, the pastries. It's delicious and you want to buy it all. By the time you checked out, what don't you smell anymore? Any of that. Your brain will start taking scents that you are around and masking them. You stop noticing them. This is something that all of our minds do. So what is a scent that you are around constantly? It would be, you can't smell you! But we can. So take a damn shower. Maybe even use this new technology, it's called soap. After the shower, apply one of these strange bar things.
I got this.
Got it.
Alkali's being nice. I'm not going to be nice. Let me describe a shower to you.
I think you're being very nice right now.
In your room, there is a magic box. That magic box makes water fall. You know what water is. It's the thing that comes from the sky when it's cloudy. I need you, when you go to your room at least one time a day, to climb into the magic inside rain box. I do not care if you undress. It is optional at this point. Your clothes could probably use the wash too. There are bottles in the magic box. I don't care which one you press down on, but press down on one of them and rub the thing that comes out of it on your body. Then stand under the rain until it is done. No! You know what?
No!
Yes!
No!
Come to Alkali's room.
Why do you keep offering this to
You're having a
people?
shower. Things that are not a shower include Axe body spray, ungodly amounts of cologne, and for the one gentleman I met at another convention, rubbing ham on yourself. The magic bar that makes you smell good, you place it in these areas. If you did not bring it, it is not an excuse. There is a shop on the corner. They have Speed Stick. It is $6. I had to buy some this morning because I forgot my own. Don't judge me. We are working on negotiating with them to give it away for this weekend for the good of humanity. Are we on the same page?
Yeah.
Wonderful.
We have two addendums. Some of you might think, well, it's bacteria that makes you smell, and I've got antibacterial Febreze. No. You also might think, I'm going to use the buddy system. I can't smell me, and you might go and ask your roommate. Your roommate has probably been around you more than 15 minutes and are also acclimated. You might just...
If you're in a pinch, just bounty dryer sheets. Just shove them in your pockets. Just anything. I don't care at this point. Okay, just dryer sheets in your pockets. I don't care.
Look, here's what it comes down to. You do realize we just had a 5-minute bit on you guys needing to shower, and remember, there's a little bit of seriousness behind every joke.
Somebody, no joke, said, why do they do that bit? They act like nobody here knows how to shower. And I am certain that everybody in this room knows how to shower. But if this is your, how many is this your actual first Fursuit con?
A lot.
How many is this your first fandom convention of any type? Those of you with their hands up right now, you will encounter one person this weekend. And when you walk out of that elevator, you will go, oh, those fat guys were right. Please, it's a prophylactic measure for like a dozen people, but we got to get the message to those dozen people. The only way we're going to do it is to yell at all of you.
Appreciate it. All right, and there is a hidden number. Boozy, did you look it up?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Is the number 0?
No.
Boozy is going to take it from here, guys. Please just listen to this information and take it to heart. Go.
We want you to have a good time, and we want you to be very safe. We want you to do those things in a legal manner. Some of you are here from out of state. And in the state you are coming from, certain substances that grow in the earth, Willie Nelson likes it. I'm really hoping that all of you know who Willie Nelson is. Maybe, yeah,
I hate you right now.
That sound was me feeling older than I already do with a fake hip. All right? I just want to let you know. Anyways, if you're coming from one of those states where it is legal, I have bad news for you. It is not legal in Wisconsin. I have kind of good news for you. The city of Milwaukee does still have a criminal penalty for possession of that substance up to 50 grams. That criminal penalty is $50. Yeah, 50 grams. The county of Milwaukee has a criminal penalty for that possession. It is $1. All of you are thinking, what's the big deal? Number one, just had a whole speech about how some of you cannot just eat ramen and crackers, so $50 may be a substantial amount of money. Number two, it is still a drug offense. If you are cited for it, we have a young fandom. I am very aware of that. There can be federal consequences for a drug offense at any level. Please, for the love of God, I am not here to kill your good time. Just be safe when you're doing it. And don't give it to anyone underage. Please, you are responsible for that. There are criminal penalties for giving even legal substances to people who are not 21. It is your responsibility to check that. And if we find out that you are providing those substances to minors, I have a feeling the con's going to take some action.
Which leads us to the next thing. Obviously, some of you probably have your own rooms up here. You might be thinking about throwing a party, and I highly recommend that. Remember, you're at a hotel. Your mom isn't here. Please take care of your room. Clean up after yourselves. The cleaning ladies can only do so much, but most importantly...
I have to ask, though, how many of you, your moms actually are here? Okay. So, with the exception of...
All right, so you two, your parents can clean your room. But seriously, guys, no joke whatsoever, and we just said it. If you're going to throw a party in your room, that is on you, the person whose name is on the room, to make sure everyone is ID checked. And if you find yourself at a party this weekend, and there is alcohol, and somebody underage, leave. Get out of it. That is not something that should be happening. Just leave.
I am just going to tell you, I don't know if any, I am an attorney. I'm not your attorney. I'm not licensed in this state, but I will tell you how they charge alcohol offenses when there's a minor in the room. If any of the overage people will not own up to who gave that minor alcohol, you're all getting charged. Every single one of you. They will charge all of you and wait to see who takes the fall.
So please, again, all of this is just a long way of saying, be safe and be smart. We're here to have a good time, and no one's going to stop you from having a good time. We're just trying to make sure you do it safely.
One last note before we move on to the fun shit. I promise you there is fun stuff. You all agreed to a code of conduct when you agreed to attend the convention, correct? All right. That code of conduct is not the only set of rules you abide by this weekend. The hotel and the convention center will have their own rules. That means if a member of hotel staff or convention center staff tells you to stop doing something, you stop doing it. If you feel like you are being treated unfairly by them, please contact the convention, let the convention deal with that.
So, that being said, now we will get to the fun stuff, and that is what's happening at this con and the community. So let's start with the thing that we don't do at the beginning of this panel, introductions. This is with your ex-chairman. Give it up for Dragor!
Hello, hello. I have been here and doing this since the beginning. Before this con was actually a convention, it was a house party at a dear friend of ours that grew to 100 people one year. And
destroyed their lawn.
I just want to point out that the guys on stage telling you behave yourselves, obey the law, are like, by the way, this all started with people getting drunk in someone's backyard.
No, it wasn't just people. We accidentally threw this party directly after Gay Pride. What, we did?
no, it was the same weekend.
No, I'm sorry, right after, minutes after, so people would come back at year one, a bunch of furries followed us back. And year two, a bunch of furries, a few randos followed us back. Year three, 100 people followed us home, most of which were not furries, and we had more booze than God. It was a horrifying experience. It was, what was it, $1,500 to repair the lawn that turned into mud, and then we started a convention. Things start in weird ways.
That basement had an interesting smell for one.
Oh, the basement, I forgot. This is Dragor. They have been helping run this con since its inception. Boozy, introduce yourself.
Hi.
Nailed it.
I am the Boozy Badger. I've been coming, they've been bringing me out here for some reason, I'm not sure why, for years now.
Because we like you.
Performer, lawyer, stand up here and yell at people.
My name is Alkali. I've been doing this stuff since it started over here at Fursquared, and I love it. And that's why we like to introduce ourselves, because I've been here at this con for 13 years now. We've been around.
Yeah, officially.
Hey, guy who didn't know who Willie Nelson was. What grade were you in 13 years ago?
Well, 21 right now.
Okay.
Oh, excuse me while I wither visibly on stage. I'll have one of our character deaths
I'm
last
not
night.
calling you out. I just wanted to remind him how old we are.
I'm so sorry.
It happens. One of the things that keeps me coming back to all the conventions that I do is the people that I get to meet. And some of you might be here alone this weekend. Maybe you came out and just wanted to experience this. Maybe you came out with a small group of friends, but you don't really know how to meet people. Well, genuinely, that is the beauty of FurCons, and that is the beauty of programming. This weekend, you're going to have a little programming guide. There's a QR code. You can get it on your phone. You can look at the PDF. And on that guide, thank you, on that guide is a list of all the activities going on this weekend.
Schedule.fursquared.com.
Thank you so much. Now, of course, we have all of the things that you're going to be used to seeing. We have a video game room, a board game room, things that you get to do with your friends, with your acquaintances, or meeting new people. But on top of that, there are the panels. Now, we're going to talk a little bit more about some of the panels happening this weekend in a little while, but mainly I just want to say this. Go into the schedule. Find a panel that interests you, whether it's a performance panel, an informative panel, or a meet and greet. Because remember, if you're interested in that, you are in a room full of people that are interested in exactly what you are interested in. Those are people waiting to talk to you. They just don't know it. This is how I've met so many friends in the fandom. Myself and Boozy basically met because we ended up at a table together, and I had far too many flasks on me, and that started a conversation.
He hit on one of my colleagues.
That also started a
It
conversation.
was really uncomfortable.
Only for you. I was having a great time.
I thought it was hilarious. Rich did not.
Yeah, that wasn't my part. I don't care about Rich. He was fun. Guys, this is what we do. Head out. I said it in an opening. You will get out of this convention what you put into it. If you're here and you want to hang out with your personal friends in the room, playing Switch, on the TV, and never experienced the con, did you have a good time? Cool, do it. But if you want to experience the con, get out there, go to panels, meet people, and remember, don't be intimidated here. We are furries. These are the people you want to say hello to. These are the people you want to talk to, because they want the same thing. Don't be shy this weekend. Be yourselves. Be your persona. Be whatever you want to be. This is your weekend. All right, I think we're on to Fursuit. Ready? Kashi, you here? That was so adorable. Little Kashi, come on up. Ladies and gentlemen, both and neither. Give it up for one of your board of directors, Kashi!
Really quick, aside from the people I see here, who has a fursuit or some kind of costume they're going to wear at this convention, aside from the ones I can see? Tails
are awesome.
We have a note about tails.
Yes, we do.
We will get there.
This is a fursuit. Now, this is specifically for people who've never been to fur cons before. This is something that Furry does extensively. Sometimes we have parades, but a lot of people have these beautiful things. And notice I keep calling it a fursuit. You know what I'm not calling it? A costume. It's different in Furry. This is not a costume. This is a living, breathing piece of art. Now, what makes it different? Because the love that was put into it. Because of the meaning it could carry. For some of us, these fursuits are the wall that we need to let ourselves go. I know people who cannot say 3 words to me when they are out of fursuit. They stare at the floor, they're intimidated. I am 6'8" and loud as hell. I know I'm intimidated. And the moment they approach me in their fursuit, they are a totally different person. That is the personification of themselves. That's who they want to be. These suits are time, effort, and money. And a lot of it. They're not costumes. They are art. Kashi, if you're cool with sharing, may I ask how much this suit's such a bad one for miniatures?
I got it back in 2016 when fursuits weren't expensive.
Okay.
And I had a full suit, but this was only $2,100. But like same thing right now, would probably push 4 or 5.
Say it one more time. How much was it?
$2,100.
All right, so $2,100 for this fursuit, which is genuinely, I absolutely love this one. I like that you just have the top, this paws sticking out, the tail in the back, the beautiful head. $2,100, that's about what you're looking for a beautiful base level fursuit. Who out there wants to take a guess at, as of right now, the most expensive, and this is I'm aware of, there might be a worse one right now. What is the most expensive suit out there? What do you think you got? How much has somebody paid for a fursuit? All the way over here in the corner, what do you think? $20K, that's cute, not even close. 30 grand is closer? No. 50 is just over. Somebody commissioned the same studio that worked in the Aliens franchise for an air-conditioned quadruped for about $45,000. More than both of my first cars. Guys, the reason we tell you this isn't to impress you with the suits. We're not telling you this because we want you to just know how great we're telling you this because don't put Cheetos on your hand and touch these things. Don't tug on the tails and respect the people inside the suit.
Number 1, it's rude and you're hurting something that means something to people. Number 2, and this is where I get to be mean. Fursuits are property, and if you damage someone's property, guess what they can do? They can sue you. How many of you have $45,000 sitting in your bank account right now? Did you just raise your hand? I need to be your friend. I have been practicing law for over a decade. I've got like $10 in my savings.
Not for long, you owe me $10.
Please, please, please understand that when we are telling you these things, we are not being mean, we're not saying all that. We are trying to impress upon you the severity of what can happen if you intentionally or in some cases accidentally damage one of these large works of art that people wear.
Now, you may wonder, how do you find out if it is okay to physically interact with a fursuit? Most of us, we are a hugging community. So, do not just go up and hug a fursuiter, especially from behind. You also don't know, damaging just the fursuit, you don't know who does and does not have a bad back. I genuinely have a bad back. Someone came behind me when I was in fursuit and picked me up and I limped the rest of the weekend. Please don't. However, Kashi, over to your right. Turn to your right, yeah. All right, Kashi, a lot of fursuiters don't talk. I'm going to demonstrate a way to ask for a hug non-verbally.
Oh. On the other side of that, and this will happen, and we want you to know why. Because we adore you guys, and we never want feelings hurt, so we're going to explain this one. Kashi, may I have a hug? All right, there's a wave off. I'm not getting a hug. Oh, it's very nice from a high five. Did he not want to hug me because I'm mean?
No.
This is a fursuiter. Who knows, at Anthrocon, when we put a thermometer probe inside a standard fursuit head, this is a head without the fans hiding behind the ears, this is just a fully enclosed head. In 10 minutes of fursuiting, what did the temperature read on our probe? What do you think? What was that? You are so close, not 120, 129. Inside of a standard fursuit head in Pittsburgh in the summer, we clocked 129 degrees. They're not waving you off because they don't want to hug you. They're waving you off because they don't want you to hug a sponge.
Caveat, they may be waving you off because they don't want to hug you if you have not discovered the magic indoor rain box.
There is that. Don't worry if a fursuiter does something like that. We don't know what's going on inside the suit. And then a few other things for our new friends here who have not been to a Furcon before. Fursuiters are obviously something you're going to see a lot of, and sometimes they do need a little bit of help. It does get warm in these things. We have a room at the convention called a headless lounge. This is something that you may have never experienced before. Headless lounges are simple. They are for fursuiters and fursuiters only. They are never applicable for pictures. In fact, the camera shouldn't be anywhere near there. That is the room that these guys can go into, sit down for a minute, dry out their fursuit, and have a glass of water. If they need help, they will bring you in as a handler, have you in there with them to get them water. No more than one handler at a time, but this is my long-winded way of saying, if you don't have a reason to be in that room, please don't go in there. That is warm performers relaxing for a few minutes. So bear that in mind when you see headless lounges. And on top of that, and this goes for fursuits and for people like myself, like Boozy, like Dragor, this hat has been with me since I started the fandom. Boozy's coat and Boozy's cane. Dragor and their plethora of nonsensical toys that they walk around with.
We gotta change it now for me.
I know. I miss your cane. Okay. Guys, props, tails, they're not toys. We have no idea how that fursuit's tail is being held on. A lot of people are wearing full belts under their fursuit to keep that tail on. Somebody I know is wearing an extension cord right now because that's all they had access to. And yet another person, duct tape. So let's not pull on tails. Don't take people's props. The joke was funny a while ago. It's not funny anymore. This is their own personal accoutrement. I may not fursuit, but when I wear this, I'm alkaline. It's really not different. I would like to keep my stuff. They'd like to not lose their cane. And I don't know what you bring to conventions, but it is
See later.
horrifying.
You'll see
Yeah,
later.
don't take their shit either. And that goes for all of you guys as well. Respect props, don't play with them unless offered, and leave the tails alone. And finally, because we were talking about the fursuit and how this works inside of it, we want to show you something so that you are fully aware of it, and that is sight lines. Kashi, step forward. Fursuits are recessed eyes, so they can't quite see the same way we do, and I want to show you something. Kashi, right hand, left hand. When you can see my hands, raise the corresponding hand. Ready? Right and left. There we go. Right and left. This is the extent of their vision. Now the scary one. Kashi, this hand top, this hand bottom. When you can see my hands. Ready? That's top, that's bottom. That is what they can see.
I will have you know, compared to many of my fursuits, that is excellent vision compared to what's out there. There are many people that can only see out of one eye on one particular line. So if you see someone who's not a bird, moving their head like a bird, they're probably trying to see something.
And also, I forgot about this one on certain fursuits. Hey, Kashi, can you see my hand at all? That's the blind spot. Hide directly in front of them. Why do we tell you that? Because we need you to know that they can't see. When you're walking through the hallways, fursuiters, give them right away. Don't run in front of them. They don't know you're about to do that, and they're in motion.
Have any of you ever worked in a kitchen?
Very good.
Right. On your left.
Yep.
All right. Call out where you are if you're coming up on a fursuiter, and it's obvious they cannot see what's going on. Likewise, no fursuiter in the world is ever going to be offended if you go, stop, chair, because they can't see it. There are things below this point.
Yeah.
There's chairs,
There's chairs.
small walls,
I need to make the
a pub.
Oh, right. You know what else is there? Children! There are children down there! And, well, it's funny to watch a child just get punted down a hallway.
We all want to drop kick a kid at some point.
Every one of us, their parents get pissy.
Wait a minute. I have the best harming a children story.
I'm done!
I was at Gen Con, I was in a Spider-Man suit, and I had fogged my lenses. So that box you had, I had nothing. I barely had silhouettes.
Somebody tweet that. I'm the best harming a child story.
No, not a child, a children.
Ex-con chair Fursquared.
And I am in the photo shoot costume area, and I am moving at a decent pace where no one else is supposed to be. And I hear someone say, don't run around, and I can't see, but I can feel my knee hit something. And then I can hear the crying, and then I can hear the parent go, see, I told you.
Good parent.
Similarly, fogged lenses. I was wearing a new fursuit I got for the first time at MFF this past year, and my handler was new at being a handler, and he made a mistaken presumption. If something is in front of me, like in that box, I could see it. I could not. What was the thing I could not see? If you've ever been to MFF, right in front of the lower level escalators is a giant 3-foot in diameter support pillar for the building. I could not see it. I went face first into it. It made a noise. Other people turned around and went, oh, are you okay? Sort of. The only thing I saw in that moment were stars. So it's not just, don't make a presumption that anyone in a fursuit can see. If it's like my friend, I will suffer.
Also talking about sight, I need glasses, but there's no room for glasses inside this head. So every now and then I have contacts, but I don't have any contacts right now. So like right now, blurry.
We
Now I
just-
can see your face.
I'm sorry.
All of you, not only is there a light in my face, but like I can't make out anything.
It's okay, gosh, neither can we, and we're wearing our glasses.
Oh, yeah.
So when I do wear my
Because the
glasses,
lights are a little bright, AB!
AB, the lights are amazing. It's awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome. Oh, Jesus Christ!
when
we-
I
I'm
wear
coming, Grandpa!
glasses,
You're welcome.
Thank you.
when I do wear my glasses inside, because they'll fit a little bit, the problem with it being 130 degrees in here is that they fog up. So sometimes I can't even see out of the side. So now I'm walking around like this. And that's way worse.
Guys, that's what we wanted to cover with the fursuits, because that is something you will only encounter here. Here's the last fursuiting part, and please, please again, this is a procedural thing. We are in a place where we are expecting to have over 1,000 people, possibly significantly over 1,000 people, and we're all in this one together, so please, if you see something going on, if somebody needs help, remember the normal procedure to deal with this, especially fursuiters, but anyone. If you find somebody sitting in a hallway, they're obviously not doing well, no one's really looking after them, there are two things you're going to do. Number one, you're going to ask them if they are okay, and number two, you're going to look at the nearest person next to you, not you, the nearest person, and ask, would you go get the safety team? Do not, would somebody get safety? We have done studies, there are studies. If you do that, everyone will think somebody else is doing it. But would you go get safety?
No.
At least you know they're not going to. That's the right way to do it. They're going to get safety, and safety's going to know what to do. That's what they're trained for, which brings us to the more difficult one, and that is fursuiters.
Some fursuiters are what you call silent suitors. They do not speak in fursuit, they will not break character, and they will not be called breaking the magic, take it off. You are going to the dances. You may see a fursuiter sitting in the corner. They may just be tired, right? It's so cute. They're taking a little nap. Do me a favor. Walk up and ask them, are you okay? Because as we just told you, it can get up to 130 degrees in those. And when they go, say, I need a verbal answer. Why? Because when you are overheating, one of the first things that goes is your ability to effectively communicate. If you say, are you okay? And they go, and you say, I need a verbal answer, and they go, the kitties are nice. They are overheating. They need to go to safety. Somebody needs to contact safety to get them help. Number two, if you are fursuiting, please drink water, take rest, go to the headless lounge, or go up to your room, which leads to one other thing. If you see a fursuiter heading very hurriedly towards an elevator, let them get on the elevator. They need to get out of their suit.
For the most part, it is considered polite in the furry fandom. If a fursuiter is waiting for the elevator, they will be cutting the lines. Why? Overheating. That is why we do that. We really appreciate all of you helping with that.
In general, if a fursuiter is fine, they will just get in line. So I have done both many times. I'm doing all right, I'm hot, I'm uncomfortable, but whatever, I'll wait in line. And then there was that time I had a new silicone lizard mask, and I didn't understand having a mostly shaved head, I needed a balaclava. I went from fine to 15 minutes, I could not see or stand straight. And I tumbled towards an elevator, someone's like, are you okay? I said no, and had some stranger get me back to my room.
Hydrate if you are in fursuiter. Take care of yourself, know your limitations, take breaks as you need to. It's going to seem like you're stopping the fun, but let me tell you what happens when you overheat. We're not medical professionals. I'm a lawyer. You do not want me giving you medical advice. You don't even want me giving you legal advice half the damn time. We will contact the paramedics. The Weeble wagon will show up. They will load you into it, and they will take you to the Krankenhaus, which is German for hospital, and it's just like saying it because it sounds amazing. On the way there, they will remove the cause of you overheating. which is going to be your fursuit that can range anywhere from $2,000 to $45,000. And when they remove your fursuit, they obviously will, with care and diligence, unzip it and remove the head, and they cut it off you. They have a pair of shears, and they will just cut your fursuit directly off you.
This has happened multiple times.
They do not care how much it costs.
This is
They
not
care
optional.
about you being okay, and the quickest way to get you okay is to get you out of the soaked, overheating carpet.
Yep. That's why we do this. Remember, some of you may not know about the door side. That is our safety team. They are not security. That is safety. What is the difference? They are here to let you know that after you talk to them, the people who can actually get you in trouble are going to be coming. Safety team goes to room parties and says, you're being too loud. Hotel goes to room parties and says, get out of our hotel. Safety is here to help. Safety has been working with us since year one. I have actually been working with the Dorsai regulars for 17 years of my furry fandom insanity. They are wonderful. They know what they're doing. If you need anything, go to them. Which also, operations, that's your lost and found. Go to them if you
No,
lose.
safety is lost and found.
Oh, did we change it? Thank you.
Changed it. Dorsai has always been lost and found for us.
Not when I was running the ship.
Yes, they were.
Oh, no one told me.
Yes, we did.
I wasn't listening.
We know.
All right. Lost and found will be in safety team until Sunday. Do we still get over to the hotel for anything on Sunday?
We give over any critical things. So if it's a credit card, ID, anything of legal status or identification or what have you, we give that over. Keys. But if there's like a general, like fursuit parts and box,
I'll come over.
you come home with us, but there's a window. We do not keep stuff forever. We had someone 3 years later go, hey, I lost this at this Fursquared years ago. Do you still have it? No. Anything that ends up in lost and found effectively has the risk of becoming trash. A note on lost and found. You may go to security and ask, hey, have you found this? And they may say, no, not yet, check back later. Later does not mean in 5 minutes. But check back once or twice a day. Things do turn up, things find their way home. We are a very caring group. The number of times wallets, IDs, commission art, anything you get at the dealer's den that happens to fall out of your bag or pocket, sometimes it's you just bought it, it falls out within 30 seconds, it will end up at the lost and found 4th floor safety team. They log things, they might quiz you about things, they do protective measures to make sure someone doesn't just kind of gamble and try and effectively steal something. So work with us, we'll work with you.
You finish up. Sorry, we're planning on-
Yeah, I know, I ended a little early.
Go ahead.
Awkward silence, your turn now.
Okay, 2 things. Number 1, I don't think I really have to say this, but I'm going to because it happens sometimes. Remember, everybody here is part of the same fandom. We are all here for the same reason. We are all here to have fun. Please be nice to each other. All right, if you don't like someone's shirt, just don't say anything. Don't judge other people, except Alkali. We all get to judge Alkali. He's like the sin bearer for the con. 2,
Do I have to eat salted bread?
Yes, you do.
Another old person joke.
Guys,
Leave us alone.
Me and Willie Nelson know that one. Anyways, we talked earlier about things to do at the con. If you go to the con's website, as Alkali said, there's going to be a schedule there. There's panels for everybody. I think we have panels on model trains. We have panels on ham radios. We have panels about law. I suggest those. We have comedy panel performances. We have dances. We have musicians. There's actually a performance space right over there by the piano that people can sign up for and perform at. You're going to see some incredibly talented DJs at our dances. There is something for everybody here. Please watch that. Things that I personally suggest, it's not a plug at all. But maybe the comedy show tonight in this room. No, not this room, we're in the other room. We're in secondary, they don't like us enough to put us here. But maybe the comedy show tonight. I always suggest
Where's
that.
secondary events?
Secondary is over in the Baird Center.
What's the Baird Center?
The Baird Center is the convention center.
How do I get there?
Well, first things first, you need to find an old crone with a map.
You have a map.
There's a walkway to the Baird Center on the 4th floor. You will cross there, you will go through security, who you will be very polite to, and then you will go down the escalator that will lead you into the hallway where all of the Fursquared event space is. We are in the south wing of the Baird Center.
Oh, other things. There is a video game room, open play. You can find strangers. There's some tournaments there. There's also a board game and tabletop RPG room, and we have people that are running both standard modules and like furry-centric D&D style homebrew systems. You can find a lot of those things on the schedule as well.
And of course, as you're looking through, keep your eyes open for charity panels. You're going to hear me say this a million times this weekend, but remember, if you can give. And if you can't, don't worry about it.
Listen, we're going to shake you down all weekend. This is how it works. Have you all ever seen a mob movie where somebody walks in and goes, yeah, nice store, be ashamed if something happens to it, right? Nice fandom. Be ashamed if something happens to it. Maybe you give some money to the little kitty cats, huh?
Or that. Guys, we're all here to have a good time. Charity is a part of it, and if you can't give, don't worry about it, but still, show up to closing ceremonies. As usual, our charity representative is Hawes, the Humane Society of Wisconsin. We've been working with them since year one over here. They are a part of our community as much as we are a part of theirs.
Alpine, who built the wing at Hawes?
That would be Fursquared. At this point, this convention has built an entire wing on an animal shelter. It is something that we can all hold our heads high about, because you know how Visit Wisconsin, you know how every one of these businesses around here deals with the question, what's going on? The answer is, oh, those party animals are making hundreds of thousands of dollars for charity. Just letting you all know, a few years ago, one of the conventions went out there and figured it out. They went back, they looked at everything, and they realized that in the years and years and years and decades that the fandom existed, we had made about $2 million as a whole for charity. And after that number came out, 3 years later, we were at $3 million. It's been 1 year. I'm keeping my eye on it. In 1 year, I think the fandom is about to make another $1 million for charity. The fandom helps those who can't help themselves. Thank you all for your support.
One of our good friends says the furry fandom is a celebration of each other, and it really is. We don't have one controlling media, maybe Zootopia. Maybe
Zootopia.
But it is a celebration of each other, the artists, the community, the performers, and of the good that we do, and the welcome part of that, supporting the communities that host us. Please, as Alpha said, if you can give, please do. If you can't, don't worry about it. The rest of us will take care of it. Okay? With that said, do we have any questions?
Do you guys have any questions for us? Over if it's who Willie Nelson is, I'm throwing this microphone at you.
It kind of is related to that I feel like that it kind of became like a bit throughout this, but did that actually upset you?
No. Actually, no, I am slightly upset, but it's just because you've never heard the magic that is Willie Nelson. You need to catch me in the hallway. We're going to listen. No. You catch me in the hallway. We'll listen to Pancho and Lefty together and have a beer, okay?
Guys, don't forget it. Me and Boozy are comedians. We are aware that we are the punchline to the joke. We make fun of each other as much as you will be, but that's just part of what we do. Don't worry about it. Thank you. Is there anyone else who has a question? Over here, what do we got? Yeah, okay, so fursuit interaction. I did forget that, and thank you. Guys, we talked about hugging the fursuit. Sometimes you just want to interact with this living, breathing art. Here's how you do that, because your fursuit is adorable. Caution, may I feel how soft your fursuit is? Right now, actually that is very soft, well done, man. Right now, I am using the tips of my fingers to rub over the arm of the fursuit. Why did I choose to do that? Number one, I'm using the tips of my fingers because I'm not using my nails. Why is that? Because this fur doesn't grow back. Once it's scratched off, it's gone. Fursuit's destroyed or damaged.
Much like Uncle Kage's hair, if it's gone, it's gone. One guy laughed, by the way. He will watch this later, and he will beat me.
We are both getting messages later. Thanks, Boozy.
You're welcome.
And number two, think you know the fursuiter. You might be sure you know the fursuiter. This is Kashi. I've known Kashi for a long time. Don't forget we're furries. We lend out our fursuits. Unless you are absolutely certain that that is your friend in the fursuit, please, fursuit is not consent. Ask for hugs, ask to pet, and know that we don't rub the fursuit head. We don't boop the nose. We already went over, we don't pull the tail. And again, you don't know who's in the fursuit. Petting the arm, experiencing the fursuit is not. You can see some people in full body fursuits. Rubbing the tummy is not. You don't know who's in there. You don't know if they're comfortable with that, and you don't know what you're going to be touching. I used to have a fursuit. I'm a ferret, so the body length of my fursuit was very awkward, especially at my height. And let me tell you this right now, tummy rubs were a little bit too pleasurable for me. Stop it. You don't know how tall I am, and that got very awkward very quickly. And then I had a boyfriend.
A thing I forgot to get to. So some of you mentioned you may have tails. When you are going through the dealer's den or artist alley in particular, if you are new to this, your brain has not figured out that this thing is an extension of you. And if you get that, don't do that to someone's dealer table and knock over their stuff or ruin their setup. They are businesses, and that could be seen as destruction. So
You break it, you bought it, and I don't know if you've seen the prices on some of the art commissions.
yeah.
If you break art, you buy it. Anyone else have any questions? Go ahead.
Hey, Alkali, can I feel your fur?
Go home. Miss you, AB.
It's a G-rated panel, AB.
I was talking about his beard.
Yeah, that's even worse. This is scraggly as heck. All
There's
right.
conditioner in the shower.
Doesn't do anything for me. All right. Anyone else have any other questions? In that case, for the last time, because this was the best piece of advice I ever got in a fur guy. You will get out of this what you put into it. Go out there, have a good time, talk to people, experience panels, walk around the city, and meet new friends. It doesn't matter if you're only out here once a year. It doesn't matter if you go to every fur con in the country. These are the moments that you get to spend with the people you care about in a community that just wants you to be yourself. Enjoy it, revel in it, be safe, and have a good time. Thank you all so much for being here. This is Barry.